Hello everyone, I'm the Fluffy Sassquatch, and today we're back with Shadowrun Hong Kong. Last time we kind of just decided we're going to work for Kindly Cheng. We talked to the man downstairs, got access to the city and its vendors. So this episode we're going to kind of just explore, get some lore, check out the vendors, see if we can get some new gear, talk to our teammates, things like that. So let's start with good old gun show. Wu's cabin appears to be the only clean spot on the bolt hole. His equipment is neatly laid out on his bedding, grouped by type, arranged just so. He's currently in the process of cleaning his weapon with meticulous care. Well, that's that, I guess. We're runners now. I forgot to ask about benefits. Think we get medical and dental care? He stops for a moment, stares at the weapon in his hands. Damn. I don't think we took the brochure. We'll have to ask for it the next time we have an audience with our Chinese syndicate crime lord. He looks down at the barrel of his gun, blows into it. You look like you want to talk about something. What's the topic? Can't get that dream that I had out of my head. You said you had one too, right? Yeah, yours sounded like a nasty one. I don't remember much about mine. I was pretty creeped out by our run into the walled city. Between that and all the drama, I'd be surprised if I didn't have a nightmare. He shrugs. Was the walled city in your dream? Of course the walled city was in my dream. It was a nightmare, wasn't it? He gives you a lopsided grin. Was it in your dream too? Slums start to look alike after a while, right? They may look similar, but the walled city felt different, Jura. Thick, heavy, and overwhelmed by, I don't know, wretchedness, I guess. Whatever. It was the walled city in my dream, for sure. What do you remember about yours? Just little snatches of things. He puts his hands on his hips and concentrates. The walled city was breathing, and it had teeth everywhere. And there was a tunnel that was so bright that I had to shut my eyes. And Raymond was there. He was either kneeling or lying down. Can't remember which, but he was crying. That's what made me wake up. It's down to my father crying. Did it feel any different from other nightmares you've had? He takes his time, thinks about his answer a bit before he responds. You know, sometimes you'll be mad at a friend in a dream and then wake up still mad at him. And you treat him like he did something wrong when you see him. Kind of feels like that to me. Like I dreamed I was swimming towards a bright light, and when I woke up, I was out of breath from the effort. Wow. Let's talk about something else, bud. All right. Let's talk about Raymond. Okay, shoot. What do you think's going on with him? I don't know, Jura. He was clearly obsessed with the walled city and whatever prosperity is. He sounds like a sleepwalker trying to stumble his way through a dream or something. A sleepwalker who hires Shadowrunners. Whatever he was doing, he knew it would be dangerous. Raymond was smart. Smart as hell. He thought he needed runners to take him into that place. He needed them. Why do you think he came to Hong Kong? Well, he's from here, right? Sounds like he had unfinished business that he needed to take care of before you think he's dying. Maybe. Just something to think about. Did he say anything about me after I left? You know Raymond, Jura. He taught us what he wanted. Oh my God. You know Raymond, Jura. He taught us what he wanted to teach us. He told us that what he wanted us to know. Everything else was met with a wall of good-natured silence. He used to say, you are the master of unspoken word, Mr. Wu. Once it is out of your mouth, it is out of your control. So no, after you left, he never said a word about you. Not a word. Talk about something else. Sure, ask away. Let's talk about being Shadowrunners. What's there to say? I worked my ass off to pull myself out of the gutter and make something of my life. I did what it took to earn my bronze. And now I'm a mercenary hiding in the shadows of a foreign country, doing dirty jobs that the corps need to keep off the books. It's the reverse of everything I've ever wanted. You seem to be taking it pretty damn well, so let me ask you something. You said that you had nothing back home and that's why you were cool with becoming a runner. Is that true? No. That's what I told Kindly. And what's the real reason? think Raymond's alive. We need to run the shadows until we find out what really happened to him. Wu nods, surprised and satisfied. Good that we're on the same page. Feel better knowing that. What's your opinion of Kindly Cheng? I say she's got us right where she wants us. Right under her thumb. What do you want to talk about specifically? What do you think she wants from us? As long as her network keeps delivering information about Raymond, I don't care. At least for now. We need to stay with her. We have no other connections in Hong Kong. Without her, we're dead in the water. Think we can trust her? A triad boss and underground fixer? No, I don't think we can trust her. But as long as we all share the same goals, we should be okay. Makes sense. As long as we serve her interests and she doesn't have a reason to screw us over. Exactly. It's simple. She provides jobs, we do jobs. She gets info about Raymond and that plastic-faced man, and we figure out what the hell is going on. We figure out what's going on, she doesn't end up in the trunk of a car at the bottom of a river. Everybody wins. What about the plastic-faced man? Creepy dudes are nothing new to me, even well-dressed. Creepy corporate dudes. Between the gangsters we grew up with and the shit that I've run into as a cop, I've seen all kinds. I just want to know who he is and who he works for. Just keep an eye on Strangler Bao. Just keep an eye on everybody, and that guy's definitely no exception. Been plenty of cold killers in the Barrens and plenty more since I joined the Lone Star. This guy's the real deal. Not sure if he knows what the word remorse even means. Steer clear of him. I'll be careful. Uh-huh. I can see that. Talk about Gavitt, Isabel. They seem competent, considering how young they are. Then again, they sound like they've been taking care of themselves like that since they were young. 3 of us work together well in the walled city. Based on that, I bet the 4 of us would make a solid crew. You trust them? As far as I trust any runner, yeah. It's like Raymond used to say, trust and verify. They haven't given me a reason not to trust them, so until they do, I believe that what they say and keep my eyes open. Later's good. I want to do some cardio work. Work off some steam, then it's rack time for me. Do the same, Jura. A couple 100 push-ups would do you good. Ha, please. I could bust out 200 in my sleep. He raises an eyebrow. I'd love to see that sometime. But for now, you should clear out. I want to get started, and this cabin isn't big enough for 2. Okay, so they cut us off after a while. That's good to know. Can't just talk to them forever. Isabel, what's up? Isabel's cabin is an exercise in controlled chaos. Her living space is utterly dominated by an enormous jury-rigged computer. Serpentine cables snake from component to component, tying dozens of obsolete terminals and cyberdecks together into a single colossal machine. This is my personal machine. If you're looking for your mission computer, it's downstairs. She doesn't bother looking up. You can see that she's elbow deep in the guts of an obsolete cyberdeck, one of a half dozen that have been wired into her computer with braided cables. Actually, I was hoping to talk to you. Got a second? There's a long pause, then she chirps out a response. We're talking now, aren't we? Must be pretty absorbed by what you're doing, huh? Yeah, sorry. It's a delicate process and you're interrupting me in the middle of it. We can talk, but you're gonna have to be okay with me doing this at the same time. Should I come back another time? No, it's fine. I can multitask. I mean, if this bothers you, you can try coming back later, but I'll probably still be working. From behind, you see her shoulders lift into a shrug. Your choice. Let me ask you a few questions then. She leans in, scrutinizing the innards of the obsolete deck. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. You been having weird dreams lately? Oh, sorry, I had to take a drink of water. Her body goes still. Yes, I think that everybody has. I don't want to push her too far because we kind of just met. Just curious. Not trying to make a big deal over it. Good. Slowly she begins rummaging through the guts of the obsolete cyberdeck again. Let's not do that then. Quite a machine you're working on. Care to tell me about it? It's my pet project. I call it the Octopus. Waves a hand at the tangle of thick power cables that radiate out from the machine's central core. You might be able to guess why. You do all this yourself? Mm-hmm. She yanks a fried chip from the desk's motherboard and neatly sets it aside, then fumbles in a nearby bin for a replacement. I had to make do with whatever I could find as a kid. It taught me a lot about being self-sufficient. What's this thing made of? Whatever I could find. Busted terminals, obsolete cyberdecks, aftermarket memory from Maximum Law's dumpster. Scavengers would kill for this stuff in the walled city, but out here, people throw it away. She chuckled to herself as she eases a card into an empty expansion slot. Most deckers are early adopters. They buy whatever's newest. Chill out huge amounts of new yen in hopes of riding the bleeding edge. Stupid. It's an arms race. Deckers do what they have to do. They do what's easy. Throw money at the problem. Amateurs. For a quarter of the price of what whiz new cyberdeck, I can have 5 of the last year's models. And after I finish daisy chaining them together, the machine I built will run circles around your store-bought wonder. Makes sense to me. Good. That's a good sign. Shows that you're thinking clearly. Frowning, she yanks a stick of memory from the old deck. So, was there something else you needed? What about your portable gear? Your cyberdeck software, that kind of thing? It gets the job done. Might not be top of the line, but I'm comfortable using it in the field. If you should happen to come across any more advanced hardware or software, either on the job or on the discount rack at Lost Techno Palace, I'm not above taking donations. Barring that, I'm fine with using what I've got. Your call. We talk about the ambush at Victoria Harbor? I'd rather not. Lost friends there. Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. You don't have to apologize. Just change the subject. She returns her attention to the octopus, turning her back on you. I'd like to get to know you better. Tell me something about yourself. Something? She pauses for a moment. Okay. I don't like small talk. Does that count? Yeah, of course. If you don't want to talk, we don't have to talk. Thanks for not pushing it. Nothing personal. I just don't think that I'm a very interesting person. I gotta go, Isabel. Sure. Drop by anytime. And now time for Gobbit. Gobbit's nest is pretty much what you'd expect. Piles of clothes on the ground, an overflowing garbage bin surrounded by stacks of instant noodle packets and towers of tinned oysters. Avant-garde posters haphazardly thumbtacked to the walls, overlapping in some places, appealing in others. It feels a lot like an art school dorm room. Gobbit reclines in a corner, cradling a bowl of soup in her hands. At her feet, a cast iron pot shimmers away on an electric hot plate. Contents are typical Hong Kong comfort food. Chicken-style soya broth, elbow macaroni, tinned ham, and a heaping scoop of egg-flavored mycoprotein. As you wind your way through the piles of dirty laundry, Gobbit slowly lifts her head from her bowl to acknowledge you. Hey, Seattle. She chews on the words along with a mouthful of cheap pasta. A corner of her mouth curls up into a half smile. How's tricks? My entire life just got erased and the cops want me dead. I'm doing great. You? Oh, everything's just ducky over here. My friends are dead, I'm on my boss's shit list because of it, and I can't even eat a bowl of soup in peace. She skims an oily slab of faux ham off the top of her soup and pops it into her mouth. Chewing through her thoughtfully, he looks back up at you with a smile. So it's all good, Seattle. I'm happy as a clam, just like you are. Now, you want to tell me what you're doing in my bedroom? I'm assuming you're not here to admire the view. You had any nightmares recently? Like, bad ones? Her jaw stops working mid-chew. Slowly, she nods. Yeah? Yeah, I have. We all have. Everyone in town. Me too. And Isabel. We both just had the same nightmare. Let me guess. You saw the walled city and a black whirlpool and teeth. Thousands and thousands of teeth. She holds up a hand. You don't need to answer. I already know that I'm right. Because I just had the same dream. Creepy, I know. Her voice goes quiet. The dreams are coming from inside the walled city. I'm sure of it. All of the negative energy pent up in there, all of that pain and anger and poisonous ki, it's leaking out. And while we sleep, it's getting into us. You're so sure of that. Why stay in Kowloon? Why not pack up and leave? Oh, I was planning on it. But now with the APB in place, Auntie Cheng is the only thing standing between us and a bullet in the head. Believe me, I'd leave if I could. but I'm a lot more frightened of the HKPF than I am of a few bad dreams. At least the dreams can't hurt us, right? Who says that they can't? She tries on a smile, fails, does her best to laugh it off. Don't worry, Seattle. We're fine here. But, talk about something else, huh? I don't think about the walled city very much. Too many old fears and bad feelings. How'd you decide on the name Gobbet, anyway? I didn't. She pops a noodle into her mouth and chews. My mom did. It's a nice name. Oh, that's... You aren't using a street name? Isn't that dangerous for a Shadowrunner? Nah, not really. I'm sinless. There's no electronic record of a girl named Gobbet even existing. The only thing that could really threaten me would be, say, the HKPF attaching an APB to whatever file they do have on me. That would be terrifying. I'm glad to see you're keeping a sense of humor about it. Yeah, well, if you can't laugh about this, what can you laugh about? If you're up to talking about it, I wanted to go over the ambush back on the docks with you. Yeah. You nod slowly, frowning. Yeah, I figured you would. That was a hell of a thing, right? I'd go a little further than that. It was a clusterfuck of epic proportions. She nods. Yeah, that it was. Nightjar and Gutshot were two of the strongest men I've ever known. Quality Shadowrunners, both of them. I've watched those two fight through situations that'd kill anyone and come out on top. How did they go out? She mimes holding a rifle, makes a show of peering down the scope. Bang, bang, dead, dead. No blaze of glory, no final speech, just extinguished. Mashed like bugs. It would have gone the same way if you hadn't gotten us out of there. She absentmindedly raises her bowl to her shoulder. A rat crawls over the slope of her back and lowers its head to lap at the broth. It was more rat than me. She's the one who grabbed me by the gut and led us to that sewer entrance. All I did was follow. I'd like to learn more about Rat. What kind of totem is she? She slurps thoughtfully at her soup. A clever one. She's gotten me out of more trouble than I care to mention. Gotten me into a fair amount of it, too. But I can always count on her to lead me out of hot water when I need her to. I can feel it in my belly, you know? Sort of a tugging sensation. I've long since learned to follow it. I wasn't aware that totems took such direct control of their shamans. Usually they don't. Me and Rat, we have a special sort of bond. She takes care of me, and I've always done my best to take care of her. The pair of beady eyes blinks up at you from Gobbet's hip. A second rat scurries up from her shoulder to join the first. And to pamper her earthly children, like these two, meet madness and folly. Hey. They say hi. She brushes her fingers across the white rat's mottled coat. Don't trust folly. She bites. How'd you come across madness and folly? She raises an eyebrow. I looked outside? I mean, they're rats. Hong Kong isn't experiencing a rodent shortage or anything. So you just picked them up off the street? Yep. Think of them as rescue vermin. You could probably do the same if you wanted to. It's easy. Just walk into any alleyway in Calhoun after sundown and stick your hand to the first dumpster or storm drain that you come across. Keep fishing around until you touch fur. That sounds like a really bad idea. Yeah, in retrospect, it might have been. She continues to brush Folly's coat. The creature chirps happily at her touch. Odds are about 50-50 that you get your hand chewed off. I'd probably feel bad about that. You seem pretty comfortable with all this. Been running in the shadows for a while now? She dips her chin. A long time. Started when I was just a kid. Yeah. I gather you've seen a lot of action then. Rolls her shoulders. Plenty. Been in more firefights than I can count. You're pretty new at this. You and Duncan both. It shows. Takes a moment to study you. Slowly her mouth tilts into a smirk. What you need is a wizened mentor. An experienced runner from whose experience you can benefit. Thinking that might as well be me. You aren't wizened, Gobbet. Back in Seattle, you couldn't even order a drink without a fake ID. She smirks. Good thing we're not in Seattle then. But my point is still valid. You need to learn the basics, and I'm offering. Starting the next time you visit, I'm going to teach you all about being a Shadowrunner. Get a bit of fent from my bountiful experience. Wait and see. I'll be looking forward to it. Gobbet stretches, stifles a yawn. Her rats scurry from her shoulders down to her hips. She taps the simmering pot on the floor with her boot. The soup inside is reduced down to a thick, viscous gravy. You know, Seattle. It's been a nice chat and all, but it's getting late, and I still have the rest of a hot pot to power through. So without wanting to get this to get awkward, she glances toward the door. Say no more, Gobbet. I'll get out of your hair. Take it easy. Yeah, you too. Alright. Let's go explore the town. And then we'll pick up, I think we can talk? Yeah, Spider Shin. Despite the wind and rain pelting Heoi, the proprietor of this stall, a monk judging by their outfit, is unconcerned. The monk's expression is indifferent, though hardly placid or serene. Muscles show as tightly wound metal bands beneath the skin, ready to snap in any direction without warning. What's more, the monk's robes are anything but ordinary. Certainly, filth makes up the base outfit, but it's paired with high-impact ballistic armor, heavy-duty boots, and a bandolier of throwing knives. The table in front of you is arrayed with a wide variety of melee weapons, charms, jade pendants, and other mystical accoutrements. Beneath an awning in the rear are rows upon rows of cages, each housing some variety of exotic reptile or insect. These in turn are flanked by jars and boxes of Chinese herbs, incense, powders, and inks. The monk spares you only the shortest of glances as you approach. I am Monk Shin. Most people in Heoi call me Spider Shin, on account of the spiders back there. Not local, not by a long shot. It's definitely a statement, not a question. Yeah, what about it? Shin shrugs and swings an open palm across the table in front of you. You probably have more reason to buy something than my neighbors, and I'm here to sell, so that's good. Swords, knives, clubs, I sell it all. I can make most of these, but if I can't, I've got friends who can. You need incense or salves for meditation. I make and sell those too. And if your joints ache, I can give you acupuncture. Shin places both palms on the table, leaning over towards you with a wicked grin. So, what can I show you? Let me look at your wares. So we do want some weapons. We got a decent amount of money. Minor bleeding to target on impact with damage of your strength +1. May do AP damage on critical hits. Keep reproduction of the Japanese classic. Ooh. So outfits, we can get the Street Monk outfit, which we're buying because we don't have... I think we have Monofist. I'll have to look at what we got. Okay, no, we have Killing Hands. Attack that is low damage but slows the target and reduces their aim. Ooh. So let's go ahead and buy the katana because I want to do getting in close. And then we're gonna buy magic resistance, and I want to buy Manifest. Okay, so then we're going to... Yeah, we're going to go ahead and buy this stuff. Put that outfit on. I'm going to go ahead and sell the machete. You're a monk and a weapons dealer? Shin slowly raises an eyebrow, arms folded. Yeah. What else would the ancient masters have gotten their legendary swords and spears? Down at the mall? Wow, I don't even know how to give this guy an accent, so well, we're just gonna do normal. I was at Wudang Mountain for 15 years before coming back to Hong Kong. I've been practicing Ji Ying Quan my entire life. Trying to learn the herbs, as well as the forms. Just so happens I'm good in a forge, too. That's why what you buy here is better than most other people's. So, why become a weapons dealer out here? I was a runaway, a street orphan in Aberdeen. One day an old man who called himself Woe offered to take me in. Let me make something of myself, as long as I worked hard. Nothing in this life is free, friend. Not even Grandfather Woe's help. So I work for him now. Sounds like he was part of a triad. Jin's eyes roll at this. Obviously. You think I'm in Kindly's little haven for no reason? She and Grandfather Woe are on good terms. I don't get in her way, I pay a cut to her, and everybody's happy, even Woe, because I solve problems for him. Shin raises a balled fist, which suddenly bursts into blue flame. After a moment, it gutters and goes out. Remember that. If anyone ever gives you something for free, in Heoi, you pay it back with money or blood, but you pay it back regardless. What's Jing Yi Quan? Shin strikes a sudden pose, body low, one fist against a hip, the other is extended in an open palm. The 5-element fist style. Water grows wood, which burns to become fire. Fire creates ash and earth, which condenses into metal, etc. The forms cycle the 5 elements, and opposing elements block each other. A water fist will break a wooden defense, but a water block will extinguish fire. Should one use a water interception on a metal fist, however, water will be smashed apart. Direct, simple, powerful. Not so elegant as Baji Quan or Tai Chi, but much more powerful. Jim pulls a tarp away from a nearby lump. The object beneath the tarp is revealed as the door to the Ares City Master armored personnel carrier. Holy crap. It's been caved inward by a massive amount of force, and in the dead center of the door is an indentation into which Shin's fist would fit perfectly. Power comes from focus, and focus comes from practice and meditation. Jing Yi Quan produces more power than most other forms of Kung Fu, and applies it in a highly focused way. Why are your weapons special? Because I take greater care of them, with them, and I've studied the ancient texts. Anyone can make an excellent carbide steel blade, but I can make that carbide blade burst into flames. I can make it sing with joy in combat. Anyone can make steel, not anyone can awaken its soul. Can I see one of the blades you've awoken? Jin waves a hand at you dismissively. No, of course not. Swords like that have to be custom ordered. Only when someone cancels an order do I have one just lying around. Believe me, they get snatched up quick. I get the picture. Let's talk about something else. You sell the snakes and spiders too? Shin shakes a finger at you, eyes narrowed. No, they're mine. I can sell you the things that I craft with my hands, or the things I can do. But the medicines and poisons I make are my secret. You want those? You apprentice to me. In 5 years, maybe I'll show you how to make a poultice. They're that secret? Of course they're secret. These are what set me apart from the rest of the street dealers in Heoi. You want cram or bliss? Any 2-bit triad punk can make that for you. But I can realign your ki, set your yin and yang in balance, or set somebody else's out of balance with a few drops. To master my skills, you need to learn for years, not just following a formula. You want to learn, you need the patience. If you try to learn without patience, all you do ape the masters. Jin snaps 2 fingers and points at the cages. You have to understand them to truly learn my art. Otherwise, you never become a master. Might as well get a skill soft. Alright, that's enough for then. I want to... Nope. Alright, we got some new skills. I'm happy that we got some new skills. It's probably going to be a longer episode because I do want to go around and talk to all of the merchants if I can. That's the station. I want to come over here to this guy. You again. Thought I told you to fuck off. Kindly will vouch for me. Yeah. You just idle your engine there for a minute and I'll check on that. There's a long silence on the intercom. The door gives several heavy metallic clicks. There's a dull rumble like heavy bolts sliding back. Green light flashes on the terminal. The door appears to be unlocked. You can enter the clinic. Yay! Exploring. This clinic looks like it just hosted a party. Spindly mechanical arms swing from unobtrusive wall mounts, pulling down crepe paper ribbons, and scooping food platters and empty beer bottles into biohazard bags. A severely crippled Caucasian man sits in a wheelchair amidst the maelstrom of mess and robotics. He's in his 40s, thick beard, tungsten earrings, beer belly, one cyber eye. Both his legs are missing, one at the hip, the other at the knee. He has only one arm, and only 3 fingers remain on his surviving hand. His face and arms show the scars of a reconstructive surgery. He grins widely at you, regarding you with bloodshot eyes. He's clearly hungover. Hey, I'm Ambrose. He shouts cheerfully in English, his words piling together in a loose Midwestern accent. They call me Ten Arms. Welcome to the Kong, fellow, you Sassian. He chuckles, his chest shaking with mirth. A Waldo arm springs to life and swings over to him. Its menacing metal pincer momentarily sets a cigarette between his lips, just long enough for him to inhale from it. Kindly says you're all right. What can I do for you? You're a doctor? Sure I am. I'm a rigger doctor. A rockter. Ambrose bursts into laughter, then stops and clutches his head. Oh man, I cannot laugh hard today. Too much partying last night. It hurts. I'm not board certified, but don't worry, I should be. I'm full-on skilled. My work's Yellow Lotus guaranteed and precisely in accordance with World Medical Association standards. Everybody in Heoi comes to me, because I'm the only option. Ambrose chuckles delightedly. Very well, Rocker. Right on. Let's get you tricked out unless you just want to bullshit, which I'm down for too. What do you do here? What do I do? Tune-ups and engine rebuilds on your ass. I do it all. First aid, second aid, surgery, cybernetics, obstetrics, euthanasia. I'm your one-stop shop for health and beauty. Well, maybe not beauty. Can you install me with combat wear? You know it. You got the coin and the essence. I'll trick you out like a bulldozer with ground effects and a turret. I've got it all. Bionic limbs, wired reflexes, Decker wear, blood filter, synthetic muscle, bone lace, and grease bearings, ground effects, tie bolts. Full range of Chrome Alley services and is something that we all like to keep beneath the HKPF's radar. Holy crap, this guy talks fast. Ambrose winks. What sort of mechanical services do you offer? Oh, nothing you'd be interested in. Right now I'm mostly doing engine mechanics and electrician stuff. I send maximum law and reliable math to any work they can handle. It's really just a hobby and service to the community. I make my nut with the clinic. He looks fondly over at the massive, partially assembled V8 engine occupying part of the operating theater. That baby's gonna be a goddess when I'm done with her. Let's talk about something else. Sure thing. You don't mind if I keep cleaning while we talk, do you? Because I'm gonna. Ambrose bursts into laughter at his own joke. The spindly, robotic arms around you redouble their sweeping and wiping. The front door could stop a bulldozer. Why so modified? Fortified, sorry. Are you kidding? Have you had any idea how much all the stuff in here is worth? This is a high capital operation, and life's dangerous for a guy missing most of his members. Tooling up smugglers and criminals. Let me tell you what though. Someone bursts in here and they're going to be in a world of hurt. Ambrose chucks evilly. There's a lot more than pipes and wires up in the false ceiling, and I've got Kindly's crew and the Club 88's boys on the panic button. They know which side their bread is chromed on. What, you think I'm trying to knock me over? He laughs uproariously, but it's clear he's not kidding. It's not clear if he's kidding. Terminate services. Sure thing. Tune-up or spare parts? Cyberware. Ooh, yay. Am I too broke for this? Or do I need an item, don't I? Yep. Oh, no, I'm just broke as crap. Yeah. I bought too much stuff. Bye, Ambrose. Time for me to go. Cheers, jury duty. Talk to you later. This impressive home-built computer is running multiple large memory units and processors. Chilled air from its active cooling system washes across you to the whir fans. A thin fiber optic cable runs across the floor to Ambrose in his chair. On the wall behind the computer are miscellaneous decorations, notes, and photos. Two items stand out: a large dry erase calendar and a corkboard plastered with printouts. Examine the corkboard printouts. News clippings and BB's posts have been printed, carefully snipped and pinned in place. Most are less than a year old. They're intermixed with grainy photographs of what looks like a devastated city, Chicago. The news articles describe an outbreak of a virulent version of the Vitas plague in the city, and the subsequent quarantine of a zone containing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. The newest items are plain text bulletin board postings printed out. The very fact that they're from so crude a site is strange. Very, very few matrix sites are so plain. Let's just examine the postings. Files smuggled out from within the containment zone. They describe a cover-up, the detonation of a small nuclear weapon, and the catastrophic release of insect spirits into the city. The current conditions, as reported by drones and escapees, are horrific. Oh, okay. So, if I'm thinking clearly, if I'm remembering correctly, most of that is from the first game. Like the cover-up and the release of insect spirits into the city. Turn your attention to the wall as a whole. Look at the calendar. Dry erase calendar is cluttered with a relentless storm of commitments written in cramped, sloppy Hanzi. Most appear to be medical appointments with patients, followed by a busy list of social engagements. Closer scrutiny reveals others. A basic mechanics class on Wednesday nights, basic computer coding Sunday afternoons. Before both of these, inked in red marker is, prepare lesson plan, you stupid idiot. Holidays, big combat auto races, birthdays. Every Sunday until 4 p.m. is simply labeled engine. Only 5 hours a night are allocated to sleep, but large swaths of time are conspicuously labeled hangover. This electro furnace room has been built out as a medical clinic and a machine shop. The air is alive with the rumble of furnaces and the hum of cooling fans. It is sweltering. The area is more like a homey coffee house than a clinic lobby. Comfortable old furniture, used digipads, coloring books. The wall opposite the boilers is cluttered with a mixture of photos and prints, local artists' work, images of military vehicles, off-road racing, Rube Goldberg machines, personal photos, old-time Chicago gangsters, the Desert Wars Motorized Combat Division. Glance around the clinic space. Work area looks more like a machine shop than a medical theater. A roboticized operating table and a hydraulic lift supporting a partly disassembled V8 engine occupy places of equal importance against the north and south walls. Prosthetic limbs are racked overhead, like machine parts. A heavy lift hoist is clamped to an I-beam. An impressive home-built computer sits against the far wall. Several bulkier towers sit under the desk, fans whirring. It's more like a sysadmin Decker's server station than a doctor's terminal. Holy crap, some of these words are just like, ugh! The floors are scuffed concrete, stained with grease and old blood. The faint odors of ammonia, gasoline, and antiseptic mingle in the air. A large sign on the back wall reads, sanitary space, no spitting. Inspect the personal photos. The pictures are mostly of Heoi residents, holidays and parties. 10-armed Ambrose is in many of them. The vast scope of photos suggests that Ambrose must be acquainted with almost everyone in Heoi. Alright, I think we have the Techno Palace, and I want to check out the club. This is probably going to be a long episode of just exploring Heoi, and then subsequent episodes we're just going to be boom, 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 trying to get through stuff. Maximum Law. Overhead, a giant hollow sign shines like a searchlight, screaming its message through the dim light. It hums and flickers, sputtering like an old engine. Fierce electrical crackles sporadically burst out of the sign's emitter. Oh my god. Stabbing your eyes and filling your ears with static. Under the baleful glare of the sign, the rusty mini-barge's deck is stacked with electronics. Dilapidated stereos share space with crisply boxed servers. Ranks of discs and memory chips fill display cases, padlocked under plexiglass. A short human in his late 20s stands in the middle, hands on his hips, talking loudly into the air. Bulky virtual reality goggles cover his eyes. A data jack cable runs from his temple, down his stained t-shirt, to a belt load of clearly home-built computer hardware. No, I'm telling you, his voice is shrill, clipped. Nobody uses KM3s. Like nobody. They're shit. I don't care what Ding says. If Xiaoware's SRP uses KM3s, they're stupid. Hey, flesh is rolling up. I gotta go. He turns to face you, goggles blank and enigmatic. Blinking with tiny lights and wrapped in duct tape, he points at your PDA. I've ripped that PDA. You work for kindly. His lips work impatiently. Yo, what do you want? Who are you? Turbo's whine as two lenses on his goggles zoom in on you. Who am I? You're new here, I get it. You don't know about me yet, but you will. I'm one of the guys that keeps the neighborhood running. This is Law's Technology Palace, satellite territory of Wampoa. You step on the boat, you're in a sovereign state. I represent Wampoa here. I'm Maximum Law. He draws himself up proudly, setting his hands on his hips. The Maximum Law, yo. You got a tech problem? Boom, I solve it. You need software? Boom, done. But don't waste my time. So you got any business in Wampoa right now? If not, keep moving. Found this while poking around in the walled city. Worth anything? He scans the chip's casing with a handheld optical reader. Yo, that shit is banned. Lifted off some Yellow Lotus. They traffic this stuff. Delimited sim chips. Full sensory experiences. You look for a buyer? I can make it happen. How's 120 yen sound? Sure, take it. Hope it finds a good home. Well, yeah, I'll sample it first. But these cow hearts can send you for a trip. Don't worry, I can handle my sims. That is an amazingly ostentatious holo sign you've got. Yo. Maximum Law looks up at the gigantic blue-white letters with deep satisfaction. It's pretty boss. Yeah. Pretty boss. Damn right. He gives you a viral nod. You're a guy who appreciates the good stuff. I like that. Heoi gets its juice from a pirate tap on the big Mitsuhama DC cable under the river. Mitsuhama's like... His voice winds up into a mocking whine. Oh, let's run 2 million volts from the cold fusion plant to the island of the river. Those slum monkeys can't tap an underwater cable. Idiots. You know who built the tap that pulls electricity off the cable? Wampoa. You know whose barge holds the transformer? Mine. Maximum Law thrusts his fist high into the air in silent victory. Cheap power for all and a whole lot of extra for me. Behold the lighthouse of Boom. Why are you wearing VR goggles? It's not VR, it's augmented reality. We're pioneering it. Little cameras, matrix overlay. I can support a 3-dimensional HUD and sub-windows with live multiple feeds. I've got a command shell open right now. I'm networked with 5 guys. Law taps his goggles. Wave of the future. Wave of the future, huh? A future where you can't look anyone in the eye and you resemble a B-grade sci-fi character? Techie's trying to proxy for astral perception with gadgets. Cute. Don't give me that woo-woo villain chaser bullshit. All that astral stuff, it doesn't do anything. Tech can't do better. Ultimately, it's just a shortcut. Law says with a supreme confidence, a statement of perfect fact. He hooks his thumbs into his bulky electronics belt. Boom. Looks like you got some dangerously exposed wires over there. Yeah, what are you... My mother? Law regards you with skeptical disgust. Those wires are fine where they are. High and dry. They're only a problem for someone who does something stupid. I'm running a high bandwidth tech operation. Do I look like I have time to tape copper and sip tea? No, I don't. Law wraps his knuckles fiercely on a clear-topped case full of buses, cables, and cable harnesses. These are the only wires you need to think about. I'm here for tech. Show me what you got. Okay, so... that is probably... we're going to work up to that to get it for, Isabel. Get her some more programs and everything of the like. Yeah. Because I want to use the... Boom, another problem solved by Law's Technology Palace. Yeah, whatever. So I'm probably going to take Gobbit and Gun Show or Duncan on the next run. I don't want to go to the Mahjong Parlor. What's this dude got? Reliable Matthew. Smooth jazz drifts off the cheap speakers of this barge. Wide array of worn drones litter the battered deck. Most are utility and domestic types, but a few, cordoned off from the others, are low-end security models. The salesman smiles indulgently at you, a tall, lanky human of clear Cantonese ancestry. Wearing a cheap suit and limply clutching a smelly cigarillo. He adjusts his tie with exaggerated nonchalance, languid, ostentatious, like an American casino promoter. Hey there, beautiful! Welcome to our little floating heaven. You got a discerning look to you. What brings you to Reliable Matthew's Robot Bazaar? He taps Ash over a bulky cleaning drone beside him. Not waiting for an answer, he continues. Perhaps you're looking for a hexacopter as a guide to Hong Kong, or a little handheld tarantular beauty. To brew your tea? You're Reliable Matthew? That's right, Reliable Matthew Shun at your service. Extends his hand to shake. The odors of peach-scented moisturizer and stale tobacco smoke wash over you. How about it? Shake his hand. Let's get down to business. Of course. May I just say, welcome to our little patch of peace on the river. I think you'll really love Heoi. It's just a fantastic place. Well now we're acquainted, maybe I can brighten up your day a bit. What's on your robot list, friend? Interested in your combat models. Lab of Matthew looks over his shoulder at the security drones, some heavily cannibalized in the corner of the yard, turns back to you with a nervous smile. Funny you should ask. I've just gotten a Doberman that I'm selling at an incredible bargain price. Shall we take a look? Incredible bargains, huh? They fall off the back of a truck. Are you implying that they're stolen? If so, you're mistaken. He smiles indulgently at you as if you just said something in an alien language. This merchandise is provided only by trusted suppliers who certify the authenticity and workability of their goods. I don't furnish manufacturer's certificates, but all the providers are really top shelf guys. Really beautiful people. Otherwise, I wouldn't carry their drones. Let's see what models you have. Okay, so he does sell actual drones. I don't know. Drone. Okay, so it just needs drone control. Goodbye, Matthew. That should be the last. Nope. Got one more over here. Jin. As you approach the small landing, you see 3 men, 2 elders and a younger man hunched over a go board. The juxtaposition of the 2 white-bearded men and the black-haired man is almost comical. Together, the 3 resemble the small black and white stones on their game. Despite the variety of ambient distractions, the 3 men remain acutely focused on the game. One of the elders, a round-faced man with a beatific smile, carefully picks up a black stone and places it on the board. His opponent snorts, and a small smile flashes across his long face. Almost carelessly, he snatches a white stone and deposits it on the board. The smiling man groans, and the long-faced one proceeds to collect several black pieces off the board. Ah, you got me there, Jin. He laughs, a pleasant full sound. As it trails off, he spots you watching the game. A broad smile brightens his cheeks. Sorry, I gotta do the Goku. I gotta do the Master Roshi. Well, hello there, young man. Something you need? The long-faced man gives you a cursory look and continues to collect black stones. Just a go, Kashiyu. It's your turn. Jackie! Don't mind me. I was just watching the game. See you around. Yeah, sure. Goodbye. Jin waves you off. So we're gonna do Master Roshi and Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures. Those are going to be my 2 old guy voices. I do want to go check out the club, and then we'll call it an episode. And then next episode, we will start off by accepting the jobs. Frederick Kafai. Like most troll bouncers, the man is knotted with muscles, but absent are the myriad scars that come with age or indiscretion. His only blemishes are the bony skin growths common to his kind, and a single deep scar across his neck and collarbone. You watch yourself in here. You watch yourself in here, or else we check your aerodynamics. Aerodynamics? Yeah, we're gonna put holes in you. Anyone causes trouble, I see how far I can throw him. No fighting, no killing, no sex trade. He lifts an arm, flexing. His muscles jump out like a mass of serpents in steel cabling. His arm is easily as thick as the most human's waist. I don't mess around. Alright, cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. Oh man, the club is bumping. Better groomed than most of his kind, the young troll nonetheless ruins the effort with his own blatant drunkenness. His eyes are red and the expression is foggy, but he otherwise appears to be high functioning. Have a drink, friend. Have 2, then maybe something else to chase it, hey? Not while I'm on the job. You should have my job then. I'm a prince of Club 88. Chosen, you might say. Part of the family that owns this place? You're a shrewd one, friend. I'm the heir apparent, and my birthright to peddle Kims to every sniffer that passes through our gates. What do you say? Need something to pick you up or bring you down? Tell me what I might find around here. Not a hell of a lot, but I suppose it depends what you're in the market for. I'm a man for chemistry. My ma offers an assortment of firearms in the back, and everything else here is just glitter and smoke. If you're looking for tech, Law's Place sells all the techno baubles you could ask for. Walk towards the giant blue hollow sign that gives everyone a headache. Out further on the same dock, Reliable Matthew is your basic used drone salesman. The only game in town for that sort of stuff. If you need medical whatsits, try the Parlor of 5 Phases. Haven't a clue about the stuff myself, but both places certainly smell legit from the street. You're better off staying here though. I could set you over the ampule or something really smooth. See what you got. Okay, so this guy sells drugs. There's only one way to describe the troll, haunting the back of the Club 88, weathered, as if the man has been carved from granite and then battered by the crash of waves and salty winds over the course of decades. Welcome to Club 88. No killing, no fighting, no sex trade. I can respect that. I'm jury duty. I'm Henry Kafai. I suppose I own this place. If you're looking for guns, speak to my wife. If you're looking for farmers, speak to my son Callum. If you're looking for trouble, you'll be seeing my son Frederick briefly. I'll leave you be. The older troll woman has a striking Amazonian quality. When she was younger, she must have really turned heads. Can I help you? I'm usually beyond helping. Well, what can you offer? Guns, or a swift kick out the door if you mess with me or mine. This is my family's place. Me, my husband, and our 2 boys. Do you have business with me? I have no time for window shoppers. What have you got for sale? Firearms from all over the world. From Ares to Walther, and everything in between. You in the market? Yeah, let's take a look. Okay, cool. I can come back for... Cheap common pistol, mass-produced to keep the cost low. This model includes a smart link, which reduces range penalties. Ooh! And I need data jack. Okay, so yeah, this is where I need to come to get what's his face some new guns. No outfits, but she sells a bunch of consumables. All right, so we'll probably come back. We'll talk to the vendors some more, like when we get money to actually buy stuff. But in the meantime, let's head back to the boat and we'll end the episode there. I know there wasn't really a lot going on this episode, but I like being able to get all the backstory information out of the way. Talk to everybody, you know, that kind of sort of thing. Just knock it out, get it done with, and then we can start on all the action next time. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Always remember to be kind, stay gorgeous, take care of yourselves. We'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.